Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm happy to have you here. Today I want to talk about another way to apply for your permanent resident in Canada using Alberta's Express Entry. Okay? And if it's your first time tuning in, this is Choco Millionaire. I do talk about immigration trends in Canada that can help you if you are living in Canada or if you are living outside of Canada. I also do talk about how to school in Canada. If you are an international student and you want to come to Canada, how you can do that. I also talk about real estate and how you can invest in real estate to create wealth in Canada as well. This could also be something to help you if you are in the US or if you are in Europe as well, or even in Africa, any part of Africa as well. This could also help you. Today we are going to talk about permanent resident application in Canada. So basically, with a permanent resident application, for those who are not familiar with this, what this means is that you are applying to migrate to Canada permanently to live in Canada. A permanent resident holder is somebody who is eligible to migrate to Canada permanently. Such a person will not need to renew their visas. Such a person will not need you wouldn't need a work permit. You automatically don't need a work permit if you're a permanent resident holder. I'm going to say this: permanent resident holders don't need a work permit to work. They can just work. They don't need a work permit. Permanent resident holders are covered by health insurance in their province, so they do not need to pay for their health coverage, except for things that are not covered by the healthcare. But generally, almost everything is covered, except for like cosmetic surgeries or elective surgery, things that you choose for your own self, right? Other than that, your health is covered, and you're covered as a permanent resident holder. The beautiful thing about permanent resident holders is that it's also an easy transition to becoming a citizen. The average person who holds a permanent residence will become a citizen within 2 to 3 years in Canada. So it is a very, very easy way to migrate to Canada. You don't need a work permit. You're covered by health insurance. You get to move with your family, and it becomes more easier for you to migrate your family as well. Now, a permanent resident applicant, somebody who applies for a permanent resident application, does not necessarily need to live in Canada. You can live outside of Canada and still apply, and you will move in straight to Canada as a permanent resident holder. An example is my wife. My wife moved to Canada straight as a permanent resident holder. That was how she moved to Canada. So you can be in Nigeria, you can be in Ghana, you can be in Benin, you can be in Cameroon, you can be in Kenya, you can be in Uganda, you can be in United Arab Emirates, you can be in China. The moment you apply, if you get approved for permanent resident, you get to move to Canada straight as a permanent resident. No more visa. No more I need to renew my visa stuff. Like those stuffs are gone, all right? You move to Canada as a permanent residence holder. It is similar to somebody who holds a green card in the US. So if you know what a green card means in the US, a permanent resident holder is the same as somebody who holds a green card in the US. They enjoy a lot of benefits and privileges, right? It's beautiful. All right. Let's talk about Alberta today. Today we are going to talk about Alberta. For those who are wondering, who is Alberta? Who is that? A lady? Is that a girl? No. Alberta is one of the top provinces in Canada. It is one of the most vibrant provinces in Canada. Province is like a state. So Alberta is one of the states, if you like to call it a state, or one of the provinces in Canada. All right, it is located in the western part of Canada, we like to call that place the prairies. I'm going to give you some highlights about Alberta. Alberta is one of the economic powerhouses of Canada. They are noted for producing a lot of oil. Most of the oil in Canada comes from Alberta. They are oil rich and blessed. They do have a lot of oil. So therefore, there are a lot of jobs in the oil sector in Alberta. Alberta is also popular for tourism. It has beautiful cities that people love to travel to from the US, from Europe, just to see. The beautiful city of Calgary is a beautiful destination for tourists. Calgary is one of the best destinations for travelers who want to enjoy the beauty of Canada. Alberta also has a city called Edmonton. Edmonton is another top world-class city that a lot of people will love to travel to. All of these cities are located in Alberta. Another highlight aside from traveling to these cities is they have some of the beautiful places, sceneries of places on earth that people like to visit. If you heard about Banff, which is spelled B-A-N-F-F, Banff, the Banff Natural Reserve, okay? It's a beautiful place. I can't even describe it. It is a place that is on my bucket list. As somebody who lives in Canada, I've not been there. I've not been to Alberta, but it's one of the places I love to visit, just to go enjoy the beauty of the nature, right? It's beautiful. The landscape, the mountains is just so beautiful. And a lot of Canadians or people who live in Canada will have a dream of wanting to travel to Alberta to explore Banff, the National Park of Banff. You can check it out on YouTube and see how beautiful it looks. Banff, B-A-N-F-F. All right. Jobs are also in abundance in Alberta. So you can easily get job when you live in Alberta. In fact, some of the people there make over $20 an hour because they pay good money there. A lot of Nigerians live there. A lot of Ghanaians live there. A lot of Africans in general live in Alberta as well. The low side of Alberta is the weather. Their weather is gruesome. It is brutal. It is merciless. Their weather is extremely not good. As you are speaking now in Ontario, our weather is cool, a little bit of cold. That's the weather. We are in fall, right? Fall. We are in fall. September. Fall is like autumn. It means that is when the weather begins to get colder and the summer fades away. But if somebody is living in Alberta now, they will tell you it's really, really chilly. Chilly means it's very cold. No snow yet though. They normally have their snow much earlier. Their snow starts very early. Early November, they've already started having blizzards. Blizzards mean like serious snows. In December, lots of snow. In January, lots of snow. You can go on and on and on. Alberta is known for its snow. Like, it is cold. They could easily be in the minus 40s to minus 50s. It is very cold in Alberta compared to Ontario and Vancouver. So if you're somebody, somebody's commenting about my voice, my volume. Gideon Stevens, your voice is low. Let me know. Guys, let me know if can you hear me clearly. If not, let me know so I can restart the video. If you can hear me, I'll appreciate if you can comment down there to let me know if my volume is good. Let me know if you can hear me. I want to get our feedback first. Can you guys hear me? Is it good? Okay. Rania says it's better. Okay. Funke Kola Wale. Kola Wale says it's good. Maglo, we can hear you. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Happy to know all of you are on. Maglo, how are you? Pam, how are you? All right. If you are watching this, please share the video as well. If you don't mind, hit the share button so that you can invite your friends and families to also come and watch this. And I appreciate that. Feel free to also drop me a review. Some of your reviews are actually featuring on my website. So don't be surprised if you see your review appear on my website. How do you drop me a review? You don't have to write the review in the comment section. It's not a review. For you to drop me a review, you basically go to the home page of my Choco Millionaire page on Facebook. And then you will see home, you see reviews. You click on reviews and then it asks you, do you want to recommend my page or you don't want to recommend my page? Those who want to recommend my page are going to click on recommend, and then it will count as a review. Facebook is going to rate that as a review. Currently, I have about 240 of you guys who have reviewed me, and you appreciate what I'm doing. Thank you so much. It keeps me going. And feel free, even if you don't like my channel, feel free to also hit the you don't recommend so that people don't find my channel as well. But definitely, I'm looking for your reviews if you don't mind. Okay, it's on the home page of my page. When you click on Choco Millionaire, when you type it, and you go to the home page, you see review there. Please drop me a review. And don't be surprised, some of your reviews are going to appear on my website with your photographs, and then you're going to see a review appearing on my website just because of what you say about me, okay? Be real, and then whatever you feel about me, just go ahead and say it. If you don't like me, just go ahead and say it, okay? All right, thank you so much for those who have dropped their reviews. I'll be seeing if I can get some of the reviews at some point for you guys to see. All right, so we're talking about Alberta. We said Alberta has a lot of things. There are jobs there. They produce oil. They are the oil base of Canada. It's a beautiful location for tourism. They have a lot of beautiful natural spots where people just want to travel. People from the US, people from different parts of the US and Europe would love to come here just to visit Alberta and enjoy the scenery. Another advantage about Alberta is the fact that you can get jobs. They also have lower taxes. They have lower taxes. Their taxes are so low. I think their tax, I'm not too sure about it, but I think their tax is around 10% or even less than that. I can always double check that and let you know. But they have one of the lowest taxes in Canada. In Ontario, our taxes are 13%. You get charged a tax of 13% on your earnings or anything you buy. 13% tax. All right, so if you're a Christian, you know that is more than tithe, huh? That's more than tithe. They take 13%. Huh? God, we give God 10% in tithe, and then we give Alberta 13%. Huh? You buy anything, 13% of it. You buy water, 13% tax. You buy, that's taxes in Ontario, right? But in Alberta, it is much lower. In Alberta, I think it's about 10%. In Quebec, it is 5% in Quebec. The tax in Quebec is 5%. So Alberta has one of the lowest taxes in Canada. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people also move there. Real estate is also cheaper. It's cheaper to buy houses in Alberta compared to Ontario. You could easily get a house in Alberta for about $100,000, $150,000 for a 3-bedroom or 5-bedroom, in a decent location. In Ontario, you can hardly not get a house for $150,000, except you are buying it in cities that are not so vibrant. But if you're looking for secondary markets, not like Toronto, markets that are closer to getting to Toronto, right? Secondary markets, you're looking at an average of $300,000 to $500,000 to buy a 3, 4, 5-bedroom. But in Alberta, it's much cheaper to buy a house in Alberta. The downside about Alberta is the weather. Guys, the weather is not friendly. It's brutal. It's brutal. When we have in Ontario our highest bad weather of about minus 18 degrees in the winter, Alberta could easily be approaching minus 50. That is almost 3 times what we have in Ontario, right? Their weather is very extreme. So if you're somebody with a lot of weather issue, you have pains in your bones, this might not be a good location for you. You will feel the weather. You may not enjoy the weather. Their winter can drag a little bit longer from November all the way to about May or even April. So it could be very brutal if you are not a weather-friendly person. But if you know the care, if you don't care, and all you want is to live there, then Alberta is a very good place for you, okay? So that is one of the downsides of living in Alberta, the weather. You can do a bit of research to find out about living in Alberta. The cost of living there is cheaper. So this is to answer Annie Friday Chukwonye, your question there. The cost of living is much cheaper compared to Ontario. Just imagine, real estate is cheaper there, so real estate will be cheaper there compared to Ontario and Vancouver. Taxes are lower there. Taxes are higher in Ontario. They have jobs as well. Ontario has jobs. The only thing is that Ontario is a provincial capital, so a lot of people want to live in Ontario, and the weather is also much friendlier here as well. All right, let's go into Alberta's Express Entry. What is it about? So there are two levels of express entry, guys. What is express entry? It is just one of the means or one of the ways to apply for permanent resident in Canada. Express entry is one out of dozens of different ways to apply for permanent residence in Canada. There are many ways to apply for permanent residence in Canada. Somebody could be a refugee. Somebody could use a refugee approach to seek asylum in Canada and become a permanent resident. Somebody could do an employer approach, investment approach to come into Canada as an investor, an entrepreneur to get permanent resident. All I'm saying here is that there are different ways to get permanent residence. One of them is express entry. An express entry is called express entry because it is much faster to apply. It is much quicker as well. Some people could get an express entry application approved for permanent residents, for them to become permanent residents within 6 months. Do you see that? Within 6 months to almost 1 year, it could be approved. It is just one of the ways to become a Canadian permanent resident holder. It is just a way. That's why they named it express entry. And you can tell from the name express, huh? Express means much quicker, much faster. Between 6 months to 12 months, your application could get approved and you can move to Canada as a permanent resident. If you're already living in Canada and you are not a permanent resident, you get to stay in Canada as a permanent resident. Okay? There are two main types of express entry. Listen carefully. There are two main types of express entry. Federal level express entry and a provincial level express entry. Federal level express entry means you are going straight to the federal government of Canada to submit your application and move straight to Canada. I'm going to say this. I have a little bit of teaching gift, huh? So I try to emphasize for you guys to understand. There are two types of express entry. Federal level and provincial. The federal means the overall government at the federal immigration level, at the top. So if you are using a country, it's like the overall boss at the level, like the top. And a provincial is when you go through the individual provinces to try and move to the province direct. In Ghana, we have the government of Ghana and we have regions. So it's like having a government application and a regional application. In Nigeria, having a federal state level application or a state level application going to Abuja, going to Lagos, that's what I'm talking about. There are two levels. You can go straight to the federal or you can go straight to the provincial. All right, here is a key difference. With the federal level, the requirements are a little bit tough on some people. Majority of people will struggle to meet the requirements. For example, the language score is 6.5 average. You need to have about 6.5 to or better at the federal level. What language score? Your English language score. You need to write an English exams called IELTS General. IELTS General. Everybody who becomes a permanent resident needs to write that. We all write our permanent residents, especially if you are the main applicant, you need to write a language test called IELTS. There is also another one called CELPIP, but the most popular one for people who are outside of Canada is the IELTS English exams. And the type that we write for immigration purposes is called IELTS General. IELTS General. We have two types, IELTS Academic and IELTS General. You are going for IELTS General if you want to use that for permanent residence application in Canada. All right. You will need to have a language score of about 6.5 or more if you are applying for federal. You will need to also have your educational credentials assessed by an independent global agency, meaning that whatever school you've done, tertiary, secondary, you need to have had your documents sent to an independent agency for them to assess that document, review it to confirm that it's legit, and then you can now use it to apply at the federal level for an express entry. You also need to have proof of funds. What is that? Basically, you are showing that if you move to Canada, you are not coming in broke. You have some savings, you have some money to be able to meet your living expenses when you move for the first few months before you get a job. right? Proof of funds. I have already done a video on the Federal Express Entry. It is available on my YouTube channel, Choco Millionaire. So when you type Choco Millionaire and you even add the word permanent resident, it's going to load up all my videos that I've done on permanent residence. Take time to watch the old ones if you have not seen it. But I'm building something in terms of an explanation before I move to Alberta. So at the federal level, you need to have your ALTS results, better score, 6.5 or better. You need to also have your academic history or your education, all your education you've done, assessed. You need to also have a language test, your proof of funds and other things sorted out. Now, there is a scale for determining those who are eligible to be invited to apply for the permanent resident. So basically, you submit your application, your profile, or you check your score. What is a score? Like knowing where your points are to determine whether your point is good enough for you to get an invitation from the federal government to tell you to move to Canada. We call that a CRS score, right? It stands for Comprehensive Ranking System, where it ranks all the applicants based on their score and determines who is more eligible, who has more points to be invited, okay? At a federal level, the average score that people are using, minimum, to get invited now to apply for the permanent residence is about 460 now points. In other words, for somebody to be in a very good shape, minimum score that they need in order to get an invitation from the federal government of Canada to do an express entry at the federal level is about 460. When I did my first video on express entry, I did it on the federal one. Many of you tried, you checked it out, and you realized your points were lower. In fact, I only had some few people who said they got more than 460 points. Some had 500 points, but the truth is that a lot of people had lower than 460 points. So what it means is that if you go to the pool to pick candidates from there, you are likely going to lose out on that because your points don't make the cut. 460, it keeps fluctuating. It's not stagnant. Huh? It's not like all the time it's 460. There are times when it may move to 470. There are times when it comes to 450. There are times when it moves to 490. They keep doing it every 2 weeks. Like almost every 2 weeks, they are doing a draw. And the draw is basically to check those who have applied, and then they determine who has the points, and then they give them an invitation to submit their documents and apply so that they can be approved to move to Canada as permanent resident. That's the federal level. Alberta is interesting for a reason. I have already done a video on Saskatchewan. This is also another interesting one. With Alberta, the minimum score you need to be invited is 300 of the federal level. I'm going to say this again. Remember I said at the federal level you need about 460. Alberta said, no, you know what? Even with 460, people are not making it. We are interested in all those people down there below the 460 mark. So if they have as low as 300, we are happy to work with them. We want them in our place. Huh? Let them come and enjoy the weather. The weather is cool. Let them come and get the money and get blah, blah, blah. So basically, that is what it says, right? Minimum score of the federal level that the candidate can use to enter or penetrate Alberta is 300. But that same 300 will not be enough at the federal level if you went to the federal level straight. Do you see that? But if you use that same federal level score that you got to pass through the province of Alberta, you have a high chance of getting an invitation. Do you see that? This is one of the key differences there. So those of you who had 350, 370, 380, and you were worried I didn't make the point for the federal, at least you know you can use that to get into Alberta. What do I mean by getting into Alberta? If you select Alberta as one of the provinces you would like to move to under the federal, Alberta is going to look at your score, and then when they are holding a draw, they are going to poach you. You know what a poach means, huh? Hey, my guy, you're there inside the federal, huh? Your point day 370. We want you. Would you want to come? That's what they mean. They poach you and they take you away from the pool. So they basically will go to the federal pool and take the applicants from there. But for them to go and pick you from the federal pool, which is the Federal Express Entry, you need to have selected Alberta as one of the places you love to move to. And then Alberta would have sent you that. So basically, this Express Entry score, the minimum is 300 for Alberta. But at the federal level, you are looking for about 460 plus thereabout. All right. Now, their most recent draw was in September, on the 7th of September. I'm going to share my screen for you guys to see that, okay? So let's see it here. All right, so this is Alberta's most recent Express Entry draw. I'm going to start from the top. Forgive me, I'm just trying to start from the top, okay? This is their website, www.alberta.ca. I'm actually going to scroll down so we can see. AINP Processing Times and Inventory. What is that? Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program Processing Times and Inventory. I'll explain all of that. Let me just go ahead. I'm going to the place where we can see the recent score, okay? The following numbers are accurate as of September 14, 2021. All right. The Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program has issued all 4,000 certificates for 2020. However, application, the queue continue to be processed. All right, let's go on. There are approximately 950 Alberta opportunity streams. Okay, they have different types of application, but the one I'm focusing on today is the Express Entry for Alberta. Okay, the opportunity stream is normally good for people who already reside in Alberta or in Canada and have done some education. They can use this opportunity stream. But we are looking at the one which is for people who are not in Canada and have not done any education in Canada, okay? You can see all the jobs they have here. Hotel, international graduate category, long haul trucking, industry, manufacturing, skilled worker. These are for people who already live in Canada. Let me go to self-employed farmer. If you're moving to Alberta and you want to do a farm business here, there is something for you if you're an investor. All right, I'm looking for Express Entry. This is the part I'm looking for. This is what we are talking about today. Express Entry stream selection. The AINP regularly reviews available candidates in the federal Express Entry pool. Listen to that word there. They review. It means they keep checking at the federal level those who have already created a profile to see those whose profile matches the interests of Alberta, and then they pick them from there. And then they hold a draw and they pick them from there. Now, past draws. Let's look at the past draw. It means it's going to tell you those who have been invited for Express Entry and they had a profile at the federal Express Entry level. Date of draw, number of notification of interest. Basically, those who were sent an email by the province of Alberta that, hey, we are interested in you. We want you to move to Alberta since you said you also want to move here. And then the CRS score on the right is the lowest score that these people needed in order to make the cut. So let's see. September 7, 2021, which was just 2 weeks ago, they sent an invitation to 500 people. The minimum score they used to invite these people was 300. In August, they did 3 draws in August. They invited 400 people. The minimum score was 301. August 23, they invited 450 people. The minimum score was 300. August 10, they invited 396 people. The minimum score was 300. July, they did 3. So you can tell in a month, they do an average of 3 draws and they invite at least 1,000 people. You can see the score here. This tells you that the minimum score you need if you have a profile at the federal level to be picked up by Alberta is 300. 300. All right, I'm going to exit that screen for now and then we can talk about that thing. So let's talk about some of the qualifications. In order for me to do that, you see, guys, I want you to learn to do this. This is where the agents come in and make the money. You don't know this. In fact, you don't know this. The agent is going to go on Google, look for this same information. Then he will go and create a profile and put it on Instagram. And put a nice photo. Move to Canada, get a job, move as permanent resident, blah, 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 blah. Contact me. And you guys to contact them. And then they charge you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. For lack of knowledge, people will pay a lot of money for this information. See, the agents don't have even, look, these people in Africa, they don't even have a license. The Canadian government doesn't even know them. You are using them at your own risk. Do you understand what it means? I don't want to switch the topic. You know what it means? This information I'm giving you is on Google. Google. Huh? If you no find them, agents will come and pick it. Some of the agents are on this page right now. They are watching me. You know yourself. You're watching me. You're hoping to understand well because I teach well. You're hoping to understand so that you can go and milk people dry. Huh? I'm going to share all the link. You can read this yourself. You can read this yourself. Why will you go and pay somebody? Tell me. Is it that you can't read? Why can't you? Why can't you? I'm asking. Why? Why can't you? Sometimes we need people to explain things to us better. Maybe you are confused. I understand. If you are confused and you are asking for clarification, it's different. But why can't you just go on Google and look for this information? And you're going to give $3,000. Are you that rich? If some of you have money and we want to donate it, when I create GoFundMe, go and drop the money there. Huh? All right, let's go on. We can go on and you guys will see. But you guys are clearly seeing that there was only a time in January when the score went up to 406 and 360. But generally, the score is about 300. That's the minimum you need. That's the minimum you need. Huh? All right. I want to prove to you guys that you can do all this by yourself. So let's go to this website straight. We're going to use Google so that you can learn to do research yourself. If you went to school, up to secondary school, even if na PG English where they write, at least read them. After reading, come on our page and come and ask questions. We will answer you. But if you know the way you come, you know say me I no go mind you. If you know do your own research, where you come into my inbox, you know say I know they even respond to that one. Go and do some research too. Hey. Okay. But they go on Instagram now. So I'm showing you guys how I look for the information. This thing where you think say na license where I get where they do them. Now research where they do. Let's see them. Google, where are you? Go. Let's go to Google. Then I'm going to go on Google. Google. All right. So now I'm on Google. Can you guys all see it? Can everybody do this? And Josephine is saying share. Do you know if you share, I see all your names. Those of you who they share, I see. Those of you who are so mean and you don't share, I'm not going to mind you. Don't share it. And you wonder where people, nothing good happens to you because you know they share. You're so mean. You don't share. You think, say, where now only you are supposed to get a PR, permanent resident. Nobody else supposed to get. So if you finish getting now, you post pictures so that others will come and see it. And then they'll contact you and you flex them. And you form attitude for them. Share. God will bless you. All right. Thank you, Josephine. Google. Now I'm on Google. Let's see how. Let's assume that I didn't know anything. You just watched my video today. And you want to do your own research. Let's see how it works. So on Google now, I'm going to type something here. On Google, okay. You know I'm holding my other phone and I'm using this. So, okay, I'm on Google. Can you all see the search? You can all see the search, Abby. You can see it. Can you see it? Write in the comment section if I know. I don't want to move too fast, so I want to move at the pace that you guys will understand. Can you all see the search button on Google? Does everybody have this? Do you all have Google on your phones? On your smartphone? Those of you who have Mackenzie Comedy, aside from that, do you have Google? Those of you who have all the Roku TV and Adum TV and blah, 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 Peace FM, blah, 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 UTV. Aside from UTV, do you have Google? I'm trying to tell you, apart from all the funny things you have been watching in live, wasting data, do you have Google? Now, let's look for it. Okay. Alberta. Okay, Alberta is already showing there. Let me just go back. Alberta. Okay, so I type Alberta Express. Oh, see, the moment I began typing, it began showing me things there. Can you see that? I'm looking for the first one. Alberta Express Entry. So I'm going to click on this one. Alberta Express Entry. Good. Now I have typed Alberta Express Entry. Look at what Google is pulling up. The first one you are seeing is www.alberta.ca, and then they put something after that, AINP. This is how you know you are going to the legit website though. You see, it has alberta.ca. .ca means .canada. This one will be fake. This one will be somebody's blog or the website, personal website. This one where they look now with the logo there for Alberta, and the official one. I'm going to click on that now. Boom. Ooh, so we are officially on the official website. No fraud here. No scammer here. This is the official website. This is the official website. So we're going to scroll down. I want you guys to see it. Alberta Express Entry. Qualified candidates with an Express Entry profile may be invited by Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program to apply for nomination for permanent residents. What does it mean? I'm going to explain them. First of all, you need to have created a profile or an account with the Federal Express Entry. Without that, you cannot enter into Alberta. Remember this. You need to have an active account with the Federal Express Entry. In case you are ever confused and you don't know what I'm talking about because you are new, go to my YouTube, type Choco Millionaire, put a space after typing Choco Millionaire, and then add permanent resident. It's going to load all my videos I've done of permanent resident, or you can even just type Express Entry Choco Millionaire. It will pull it up. You're going to see my old video. It is basically on the Federal Express Entry. That will help you to know how to go through that, how to do that. Huh? Remember, you need to have an active account or profile at the federal level for you to be considered by Alberta. It is stating it right on their website. If you don't have it, they can't. You can't just come to Alberta and apply when you don't have a federal. They normally will pick people from the federal level. All right. The name of the program that is used to pick the Express Entry candidate generally is run by their agency called AINP, which stands for Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program. Basically, that is the name of the program which is used to pick the Express Entry candidates. And then when they pick you, they give you a certificate and say that they want you to use that certificate to go back to the federal level, submit to the federal guys that we have selected you in Alberta. We want you to move to Alberta. And then you go on. Now, when you come down here, it has the eligibility. And this is where a lot of you will be interested in reading. Eligibility, what does it mean? What does it take to move here? How to apply? It will tell you how you are going to apply. Next, after you are nominated by Alberta, waiting you supposed to do all of this day here. Now read. Even if you read and way you don't understand, come to my other Facebook page. You guys know I have another Facebook page for conversations. Huh? That is why I'm even building the website. And my plan is to put on that website a forum where people can chat and comment and put questions so that we can get interactive and chat. Those of you who have been asking me for Telegram account, WhatsApp account, so we can chat. That is what I'm going to be doing on the website, so that people can get interactive and ask questions, and others can also try and answer them. So that when I'm not available, people who already know this can also come in and share their thoughts on how to go about it. I'm building a forum on the website, and I'm hoping that forum will become something like a WhatsApp platform kind of thing, right? Where people can just communicate and ask questions when it gets into trouble. My target is to keep all the bad agents out of business. All the bad agents who are milking people dry and making people give up on traveling. My target is to keep you out of business. All right. Let's go on. Okay, so the AINP continues to accept process, application, and expression of interest with temporary adjustment to some. Okay, let me go on. I'm going straight to the part that is about Express Entry, okay? Notes: candidates cannot apply directly to the Alberta Express Entry system. You cannot use a combination, you cannot use a nomination under a different AINP stream to apply under Alberta Express Entry. I mentioned that there are other streams: opportunity stream, entrepreneur stream. We are interested in the Express Entry stream in Alberta. It says that you cannot go and use an opportunity stream one, trying to use that to come and get Express Entry. No. You can only use the Express Entry one to get Express Entry. And you can only use this if you have an account at a federal level already for Express Entry. All right. Basically, that's the grammar he's speaking here. Okay. Now they write here: if the AINP discovers fraud or misrepresentation in an application, a candidate may be banned for up to 5 years. I won't zoom and make you see them. Those of you where go try use fraudulent documents, fake passport, fake this, fake that, without thinking twice. If them find them, you see them right time for that. Don't be ignorant too. Say they go ban you for how many years? 5 years. And then when he received that ban, say go make it difficult for you to even enter other parts in Canada too. Be careful. Fraudulent documents are documents that when people use, they are trying to deceive the immigration officer. And they don't even have the tendency, they don't even think about the fact that they can find them. For example, a fake bank statement. For example, a fake passport. These are ones they don't. Say you can go and get a new birth certificate with your blah, 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 date and date of birth change and all of that. But there's some things you can't just mess them up. Two of them are fake passports and a fake bank statement. Don't dare it. Don't dare it. May that idea not cross your mind. Make you no use them. See the way I emphasize on fake bank statement. Don't try it. Fake passport, don't try it. Maybe you use that to enter South Africa, you didn't get caught. Use that to enter UAE, you didn't get caught. Don't try it for Canada and US. If they catch you, you'll be banned. Oh. You'll be banned. Oh. This ban is more than prison ban. Oh. Anyway, don't try it. See the right time for here? All right. Okay. All right. So look at it here. This stream has two steps. One, candidates with an express entry profile with the government of Canada will receive a notification of interest letter from AINP. That is exactly what I've said at the beginning. You need to have an account at the Federal Express Entry. And you can see they've even put it in blue here. Meaning if you click on it, if you don't even know about the Federal Express Entry, when you click on this one, the blue one, it's going to link you straight to the Federal so that you can even go and read about it and how to do it. I've done a video on that. All right. Number two, the AINP invites these candidates to apply. Candidates determine if they meet assessment criteria and submit an application. You complete applications. Complete applications go into a pool of eligible applications for consideration. All right. As of October 1, 2020, the AINP is charging fees for applications and services. I'm going to talk about this. It is not free to apply to get invitation from the Alberta province government. If they invite you, you have to pay an application fee in order to be considered for permanent residence nomination through them. The fee is 500 Canadian dollars. It is non-refundable. Before you say it is expensive, go and pay that $3,000 to the agent and say it is not expensive. If you need this and you think that you have what it takes and you meet the criteria here, and they invite you, please have in mind you're going to be paying $500 in order for them to process your application. It is non-refundable. You don't get it back, meaning that you will not get it back no matter what happens. You won't get that money back. That's why it's called non-refundable. But just bear in mind, if you decide to choose this, this is what you'll be paying when they give you that invitation and they tell you to submit your application. All right? Okay, let's go through it. Okay. So it ends at the bottom here. I'm going to try and click on eligibility criteria. You mind if I click on this? Are you guys following? I want to make sure I'm not moving too fast. Are you guys following? Let me know in the comment section. Can I click on the eligibility criteria so we can see those who are eligible? All right, let me click on that. Whilst you guys are dropping your comments. Eligibility criteria. The minimum level of education is secondary school. The minimum level of education is secondary school. They have no age requirement. Listen carefully. I'm summarizing them for you. They have no age requirement. They have no age requirement. Federal level age is a factor. With Alberta, they have no age requirement. It means that if you are 52 years old, you can still try this. Remember, age is one of the things that makes people lose a lot of points at the federal level. So when you come to Alberta, they do not make age a big deal. So long as you meet the cut, they could send you an invitation. Minimum level of education is secondary school. But there are factors that could let you get more points. Remember, it's a pool. What is a pool? You are not the only person who is there. There are many Nigerians. There are many Ghanaians who are also there. There are many Indians who are also there. There are many Chinese who are also there. So you are not the only person in the pool of Alberta. So the more the points, the better for you. At least the minimum is 300, but the better your documents, the better for you. So for example, even though it says that the minimum education is secondary school, if you have secondary school or better degree, it is better. HND, better. If you can even prove that you have work experience, better. Your language test, if you even do even better, good. All right, I will talk about that. So basically, look at it here. Assessment criteria. Let me click on assessment. Okay, let me go down and see what they have. Selection and notification process. Basically, the same thing is saying here is you need to be in the pool at the federal level first. And when you are doing the federal level, there is a place where they will ask you, which provinces do you want to move to? I encourage you to take Alberta if you are planning to move to Alberta as well, or if you are planning to be considered for Alberta Express Entry. When you get to this part on your federal application where they will ask you which province do you plan to move to, please make sure to include Alberta. If you have already done Saskatchewan, make sure to also include Saskatchewan. So basically, guys, if you know that you are doing the federal and you are doing other provinces, when you are doing the federal, they will ask you which provinces. Select all the provinces that you think you are also doing on the side as a backup. So that if any of those provinces, say Saskatchewan, they would consider you. Alberta, they will consider you. Some provinces allow you to have more than one provincial application. Manitoba, for example, they don't allow people to have multiple applications elsewhere, but Alberta doesn't care. So you can have an Alberta as a backup. You can also have Saskatchewan as a backup. You can have Quebec as a backup. The most important thing is that cast your net wide so that if Alberta doesn't pick you, maybe Saskatchewan can pick you. So select all those provinces that you know you are going to be doing express entry through them too, to improve your federal application. Okay? All right. All right. I'm trying to raise. If you see me scrolling, I'm trying to focus on places that I haven't explained yet. Some of them I have explained. That is why you see me moving down. You need to have an active account at the express entry level, federal level. You need to also prove to them that you have a relevant skill or you are important. Here, what it means is that they are mostly going to focus on candidates who have some education and who have some work experience, which is going to be relevant to the Alberta economy. And I tell you this, the better your skills, the better for you. Even if you don't have a skill that you think is, but you have some work experience that you can document and prove, you know. When I say document, no, they mean say email or WhatsApp chat or document from your employer stating that this person has been working here. Ken Amanziba. Oh, I like your name, Ken. You are the one who has been praying for me, nah? Ken Amanziba. Ken Amanziba has been working with this company for this number of years. We confirm that he's been working here. Basically, if you think that you are an important person in life and you've been working, and you have education, please go ahead and try them. Go ahead and try them. All right. Let me go ahead. You are a graduate of a Canadian, this will not apply to you. You don't need this, but it will definitely make your chances better. If you have a job offer, it will make your chances better. But remember here, you don't need a job offer. You can still get invited, even if you don't have a job offer. But the bottom line here is, if you do have a job offer, it could make your chances better. If you have a Canadian education, it will make your chances. It doesn't mean if you don't have it, you can apply. Go ahead and check your score. Go ahead and check. All right. All right. If you see me scrolling, it means that I'm trying to get to places that I have not explained. Okay. You must have an active profile at the federal level. You must meet at least one of the following: Canadian experience class. This does not apply to you if you don't live in Canada. Listen carefully. This first one is only for people who live in Canada and they've worked in Canada. Canadian experience class. It does not apply to anybody who is not currently in Canada. Number 2, federal skilled trades program. If you basically have an application with the federal level of express entry, you are looking for the express entry that falls under the federal skilled worker program, where you are coming and you say, you know what, I'm a competitive person globally, you can consider me for this. The first category does not apply to you. Please watch my old video on express entry. All right. This is the part you need to take note of. You are intending to live and work in Alberta. Listen carefully. You are not trying to use them to get your permanent residence, and when it comes, you disappear and go to Ontario or British Columbia. You must intend to live in Alberta. So those of you who know they like the weather, where they tell you already, if you get the permanent resident to Alberta, you must live there. If you don't want to live, me, I go come and force you. You have to go and live there. They're saying that you must intend to live there. I'm joking about me coming to force you though, but you must intend to live in Alberta. Not for your whole life. Most at times up to a certain number of years, probably 3-5 years or something like that. And then you can decide to move to a different province with your permanent residence now. You have a minimum score of 300. I've talked about this already. If you have a job offer, it will help you. If in case you're wondering, can I get a job in Alberta? Yes. Have I done a video on that? Yes. It is under my old Express Entry video on my YouTube channel. I did some, just like what I'm doing now, how you can even get a job. But remember, if you don't get a job, you can still apply if you think your points are good enough and about 300 or more. The last one can also help you here. If you have somebody that you know in Alberta, it can improve your chance. For example, you have a parent, you have a family member or a sister who is living in Alberta. You can ask them. If you have a family member living in Alberta, they can improve your chances too. Basically, these people will need to write a letter to say that you are a family member and then you intend to live there. In case you are wondering whether you can just go and use any random person, I don't know. But at least they are stating here it has to be these people. Most likely, they may use your last names to see if your last names match. Because if you're a sibling or a brother, the expectation is that your last names will match, right? So if your last name is Jamiu, like Oloru Noje Jamiu, and the person you are using, the last name is Chocomilonia, they watch and I know the man, they're going to start to suspect you, right? Unless you can prove with documents that you are a family, you have photos and stuff like that or something like that. All right. So basically, that is it. And then it stops here. Let me go to the top and see how to apply. Let me look for that. Assessment criteria. I think I've covered the assessment already. So let me go back and then click on how to apply. How to apply. Do you see that? How to apply. So let me click on that. How to apply. How do you apply? It stands for applying. It is giving you everything here. The documents and forms that you need to even fill out, they are all here. I'm going to go through. You may only have one Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program at a time, which is the Express Entry. You cannot do any other application within Alberta aside from this. If you are using Alberta, you can only select one at a time. All right. The application fee is non-refundable. I have already covered that. $500. That is why you see me scrolling. Now, this is where you guys are going to come to, guys. Can you see this? This is where some people are going to be logging in, those who are interested. They are going to be logging in from here to create a profile. I recommend you use the same email that you use at the federal level. Don't use a different email for your federal application, and then you come and use a different email for your Alberta. Use the same email to make it easy for them to identify you in the pool, okay? And contact you as well. They are going to be trying to contact you. So if they go to the pool and your email is Gmail, and then you come here and go and use Yahoo now, how are we going to match the two? Use the same email. All right. I am going to post the link, and this is an email for them. If you have any questions, you can send them an email, but this email is basically an email that somebody can use if they are no longer interested in continuing. Maybe you created a profile here, and then at some point, Saskatchewan nominee program worked for you and you got that and you got a permanent resident. Please notify them so they can withdraw you from the program so that you don't take the spot of somebody who may be waiting. All right. All right, guys. You must use the email. Watch here. You must use the email address that you will be using to correspond with the AINP. If you are selected to apply, you will need to have an Alberta. You need to have a MyAlbertaDigital ID, MADI. MADI. What is MADI? MyAlbertaDigital ID account using the same email. You see how I emphasize that you need the same email. Don't use multiple emails for this kind of application, guys. Use the same email so it makes things easier for you. How do you create a MADI account? How do you create an account? You need to have an account with them. I'm going to send a link. I'm going to share the link down here. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to share the link so that you guys can see that. You know what? I'm going to post a link on my YouTube channel. After this, I have a very busy day after this, so I will not be able to upload a video now, but I'm going to do it later in the day or probably by tomorrow. Please check my YouTube channel, Choco Millionaire, and look for this video on Alberta to get the link on how to create the MyAlberta ID account, okay? To get a link on how to create that, okay? Check back on my video on how to create the account. Sorry, how to create an account with them to get Alberta ID. Remember, creating the MyAlberta ID is not enough. You need to have created a federal account or a federal express entry profile. And then when you create a Federal Express Entry profile, you would have checked your score. You would have used my old video to check your score. And then from that, you can go and create an account with Alberta. I recommend you don't just create Alberta. If you've watched my video on Saskatchewan, create an account with Saskatchewan too. And then when I do the other provinces and you think that they don't have a problem with you having multiple provincial applications, create other provinces too. Cast your net wide. One of them is going to work. One of them is going to work. It's called the law of averages. So more and more, one of them is going to work for you. Okay. There is something about the Express Entry profile that you need to know. You know the Express Entry profile is valid for 1 year when you create it, from the time you create your profile. The Express Entry profile, I've said it in my old video. Your Express Entry profile is valid for 1 year. Alberta has said on their website, I didn't show you that you cannot use a Federal Express Entry profile that is not younger than, that is less than 5 months old. You can't use it. So if you've created a profile 7 months ago, technically you cannot use that profile to do Express because it's less than 5 months, right? Basically, they are saying your profile should not be less than 5 months old. No, sorry, I'm confusing you. Your profile should not have, your profile should have more than 5 months of expiration. The federal profile is active for 12 months, right? You need a minimum of 5 months left in order to use that to apply for the Alberta one. So if you know your profile is going to expire in 3 months, you are not. They won't call you. They won't invite you. They've already stated it on the website too. If your profile is going to expire in 2 months, don't use it. If your profile at the federal level is going to expire in 3 months, 4 months, don't use it. They need at least 5-6 months going in order to give you an invitation. All of that is on the website. If you take your time to read, you go see them there. But how they explain and make you understand it well. You understand? All right. That is it here. Summary of what I've said today so far. Alberta Express Entry is basically the province of Alberta nominating you as a candidate to come and live in Alberta. They are not going to pick you from the streets of Africa. They are going to pick you from the pool at the federal level of Express Entry. You need to have an active account at the Federal Express Entry level. And your profile at the Express Entry level should not be expiring in 3 to 5 months. And then you need to have selected Alberta as one of the provinces you would like to move to during your profile creation. So if you remember, you can also go back and edit your profile if you did not include Alberta or Saskatchewan. If you're considering Saskatchewan, watch my video on Saskatchewan. Go and include Alberta so that Alberta, you can now be able to now go to the Alberta website that I just shared. You saw how I did it on Google. Can you all do it? Yes. I will still post the link on my YouTube channel. Basically, after creating the profile now, you can go to the website of Alberta to go and create the MyAlberta ID, MADI. MyAlberta ID. What is that? Basically, it gives you access to create an account with Alberta. And then you fill your information. There are forms that you're going to fill out. You fill out the forms. Be genuine. Be genuine. Don't use fake bank statement. Don't use fake passport. I don't recommend that. Fake passport can always put you in trouble. Even if you get your permanent resident, you land here, they can always expose you. So make sure your documents are genuine. And what's the difference between the two express? I have already explained that. Mahat, here, sorry. I've already explained that at the beginning, so I won't be going back, unfortunately. I explained the difference between the Alberta one or the provincial ones and the federal. So if you missed that, please watch the video at the beginning and you'll be able to follow that. And basically, when you create a profile and you fill your forms, you are hoping and praying that Alberta will send you an invitation to apply. When you get that invitation, it's a good indication that you're on your way to becoming a permanent resident through Alberta's nomination program. When you get invitation by Alberta, what next? You basically will complete the rest of the forms left. You make your application payment, and then you wait for them to process your documents and review your documents. And then they give you a congratulations. You've been nominated to move to Alberta. So take this certificate that we are giving you as a province of Alberta. Go to the federal level where you have the account or your profile. Submit it to them and tell them we want you to use it and move to Canada. Do you see that? You take the certificate from Alberta. You take it to the federal. And in case you're wondering what that certificate is called, it is called Provincial Nominee Certificate. You just got nominated by the province of Alberta. to apply for permanent residence. Congratulations. That certificate is so important. That was what I used. I did that in Ontario. I got a provincial nominee from Ontario. So I used a certificate and I gave it to the federal guys. Hey guys, Ontario, they need me. Approve me, approve me, approve me. And then they approved me and my wife. You see, yeah, my wife. Approve me. We didn't have a child then. Our children would have gotten it. Now, that certificate means a lot. It simply means done deal. It simply means most likely a done deal. Why? Remember when you did the profile, maybe your score was around 300 though. That Alberta called you. But the moment you get that certificate down, it gives you an additional 600 points at the federal level. Remember, you needed only 300 to be called by Alberta. But the moment Alberta nominates you, that certificate automatically awards you with 600 points at the federal level. It means if you had a 300 before, the certificate alone is going to beef it up to 900. 300 plus 600, 900. How will you not get an invitation by the federal government when the minimum is 460? Tell me, who is not going to give you that permanent residence? Do you see them? A key difference here is this. When you are going through the Alberta or the provincial nominee, you are the only person who is supposed to be the principal applicant. Principal applicant means now only you were supposed to do them. Huh? But as they fill the form, they go ask you, are you married? You say yes. You have a common law spouse. You know what it be common law? What do they do for Africa? Where we know they marry, they stay with the people. Eh? We give birth to them. We don't marry them. No traditional marriage. We call them common law. Common law. It means that you haven't married the person, but you enjoy all the things of marriage already. You they born with them, you they do everything, they stay with them in one house. We call them common law. Common law simply means you people are living together, but there is no official marriage. So long as you can prove that you guys are together. Maybe you have children, maybe the children have the same name as you guys, and you have photos and all, they call that common law. These people here, they accept that. They know not everybody believes in marriage, right? Some people believe in living together, but don't marry. Common law is acceptable. But I recommend to be on the safer side. If you know you are doing all this, if you are not even formally married, either traditional marriage or a church wedding or an Islamic marriage or whatever, if you haven't done that, you find a way to make sure that you can prove your relationship with your partner, right? If you have a child and the child doesn't have a birth certificate, you might want to start processing their birth certificates too, because at a point they are going to ask you for proof of your children. The beauty here is that there is no limit to how many family members. So listen carefully. Those of you who have 10 children already and you have overpopulated Africa, they will not judge you. The moment you get that invitation, so long as you included your children, all of them are eligible to become permanent residents too. Yes, you heard me right. All of them. You have 2 children. So long as you, when you were filling the form for Alberta, you stated that you have 2 children. They are called Gifty Donko, Mahad Hiesari. So long as you include their name that these are your children and you can prove them with birth certificate, they have passport at some point. When they award you the certificate, the nomination, your children, your wife, your husband, all of them are automatically covered with the blood of Jesus. They are covered with the permanent residence. Yeah. They are all coming. See, everybody start dancing at the door. See, and Agbaja, they are all coming to Canada. See, they are all coming. See, yeah. So the difference here is this. Unlike the federal level, where the more family members you add, the lower your point. With the provincial nominees, you are the only applicant. They are using your information to determine you. They don't need your wife's information to give you more points. They will only use you, the main applicant. However, if you declare and you disclose your family nuclear, not extended. Don't go and add your grandfather and grandmother. It's not nuclear. They are looking at nuclear family. Nuclear family, please. Not extended family. Don't bring the whole village. Nuclear family only, please. Nuclear family. Husband, father, children, or whatever it is. If you add them, they are not going to be vetted. They are not going to be examining to see whether they have points. No, they don't need their points. They will only use you, the main applicant. But the moment they give you the certificate, it means automatically all your dependents or the people you listed as your family automatically are coming with you in Canada. You see, permanent resident, all of them are coming. See how it works, huh? But at the federal level, if you were to add all these family people, assuming you did not do Alberta and you went straight to the federal, the moment you add your wife, your point go down. The moment you add your son, point go down. The moment you add your... See, that's the difference. So Federal, point goes down. With Provincial, you don't even need to lose a point because you have family. They all get it. All right. You can apply from any part of the world. Listen carefully. Don't tell me, like question Stanley Charles Iwoha, can I apply Nigerian but I reside in Asia? It doesn't matter. Your location doesn't matter. Listen carefully. Your location doesn't matter. You can live in UAE and apply. You can live in Asia and apply. You can live in Africa and apply. You can live in Jamaica and apply. Even if you are in space, apply. Even if you are in space, Afghanistan, please apply if you are eligible. There is no restriction on your location. So long as you can prove your documents, that's all that matters. I hope it makes sense to you. You don't need to go back to Nigeria. You don't need to move from Asia to go back to Ghana just to apply. No. Geographical location is not a key here. The most important thing is you are eligible and you have the points. I hope you understand. All right. That is it about Alberta immigrant nominee. You know my videos are longer because I like to explain things better. If you did not like it because I talk too much and you don't have data, I'm sorry for you. But I'm hoping that this will be more explanatory for people. Remember, this is what the agents do. They don't even explain it like this. And they will ask you for your passport. They will ask you for this. And then when they do the application, they won't even give you the password. They won't even give you the login. And then you become a prisoner to them. If you don't pay, we don't give you. If you don't pay, we won't give you. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. The Bible says so. For lack of vision, my people perish. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. See? All right. Can I include my adopted child name with my children? Yes, you can. So long as you have proof of documents that is your adopted child. I believe you can do that. Okay. Remember, it's all about proof. Prove that this is your family. Prove that you have pictures together. Prove that you have things together. You know what I mean? Prove that you have documents backing this. All right. So long as you can prove that there's a document covering this, you're good. Those of you who have married more than one wife, or you are from religious backgrounds where more than one wife or polygamous, I don't know about that too. I know say Canada, we know they do polygamy, so I don't know how you go do them. Now here, now only one wife, I don't know about that, but I don't know. I can't talk about that. If you're married more than one, I don't know. If you get more than one husband, I don't know. If you get more than one wife, I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay. Is Alberta bilingual? It's mostly English speaking, but there are people from other places who live there. There are different languages there, but Alberta is mostly English speaking. All right. The landlord is here. The landlady is here. So I'll need to. If I qualify for the federal and I don't have the fund for the requirements, what is the smartest thing to do to overcome that? You can build, guys, from the moment you get an invitation, you have a certain number of days to do your submission of documents. They normally will give you about 60 days to submit your documents. 60 days for me is a good time for you to build things. In my old video, I did talk about the fact that even if you don't have all the money that they are talking about as a family, I think some of them start at 11,000 Canadian dollars. Like they are looking for a bank statement that's about 11,000 Canadian dollars for one person. Then it goes up 12,000, 13,000 for 2 or 3 people as a family, right? But let's say you don't have the money. I did a video on my Express Entry where I said you can use what we call gift deed. Basically, it is when a family member says that, you know what, we have funds available for our family member who has gotten a nomination. It is available. We are giving all the documents to back it. Go and watch my video. I've answered that question already. I won't even waste time on that. I won't waste time. Go and watch my video. You'll see that I actually talked about it at some point. I'm being a little bit cheeky, but I'm trying to keep the video short. My daughter is woken up. All right. Are they processing Express Entry for applicants from outside Canada now? They've always been processing it. Yeah. It's always been. They never paused it. They've been processing it. The only thing is that even if you get the invitation and you apply, you were not able to move to Canada until September 7th, just because of COVID. But they were still processing application for Express Entry. Okay? They were processing application, especially the provinces. Remember when I started, I showed Alberta giving invitation. You saw them giving invitation from August. They were giving for every month when COVID was happening. The only difference is that even if you get it, you couldn't have moved because of COVID. Do you see that? Because of COVID. But now everybody is able to move in now. All right. Thank you so much. This is Choco Millionaire. Today's video is on how you can use a combination of the federal and Alberta to move to Canada. And all right. Say hello. Say hello. 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 Okay. All right. Please, can you list the requirements? I have already talked about the requirements. Stanley Charles, I have already talked about them. I discussed them. They are also available on the website. So how do you do this? Go on Google, Alberta Express Entry. You go to the website. You can do what I did with you. Or you can later on check my YouTube channel, Choco Millionaire. I recommend you subscribe and you hit the notification button on my Choco Millionaire YouTube channel so that when I post it, you can get a notification that I've posted a video. Okay, I know people are interested in this video, so I'm going to post that. I'm going to do my best to post that. Okay, all right, thank you so much. You can choose New Brunswick at the federal level. Yeah, basically you can choose more than one province. I think there is only one province that doesn't like it when people have other provincial applications. It's called Manitoba. I'm going to do a video on Manitoba. They don't like for others to have like an Alberta or other ones, but aside from that, this one doesn't give you a restriction. So you can do this, you can do Saskatchewan, you can even do Quebec as well. All right. Thank you so much. Say hello to everybody. They are saying hello to you. Can you say hello? She just woke up, so her brain is trying to reset. Yeah, she just woke up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day. God bless you. This is Choco Millionaire. You don't need more money. You need more wisdom. Wisdom is a principal thing in life. Share this video. Let it be a blessing to others. Those of you who have shared it, may God bless you. If you enjoyed this video, on my homepage, on my Facebook, there is a review button. Don't drop it at the comment section. Some of you have dropped really nice comments in the comment section. Unfortunately, it does not count as a review. Please write the comments that should be a review under the review section of my page. And Facebook will know that my channel is good, and the Facebook will show it to more people so they can stay away from the fraudulent, I'm calling fraudulent, the agents who are making life miserable. If you're a good agent and you've been helping people, God bless you. If you've not been charging people crazy monies, God bless you. This is information. Don't charge crazy monies that a bank manager doesn't make in a month for giving somebody information. Telling you. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye to them. Bye-bye. Take care.